It's Wednesday night. And that, for some of us, means trivia night. At least for me and Kuro. Hey. At least that's what it means for me and Kuro over here.
Yes.
The score is 10-9 in Kuro's favor. There are 8 modules to go, which means first to 14 will take this. So Kuro, if you win all 4 rounds tonight, you've won the whole thing here and tonight.
Because that is definitely something likely to happen.
It could. I've been known to have a bad night every so often, too. I've had several up to this point. First off tonight, we have... Human?
Big and terrifying.
Alright. Let me make my adjustments. And there we go. Inflammation of the brain membrane is known as what?
Meningitis.
Yep. The blood condition where there is a lack of hemoglobin or red blood cell is called anemia. How many pairs of spinal nerves come out of the root of the spinal cord?
How many pairs? The root of the spinal cord.
I was hoping it was this, like human anatomy, as opposed to anything else potentially more topical.
Never took anatomy. 31.
31. The normal human body temperature
number.
is 98.6. The human heart has how many chambers?
4.
2 atria, 2 ventricles. 4 is right. The male sex hormone is...
Cholesterol.
Cholesterol, arguably. No, testosterone.
Oh.
The fallopian tubes are...
A curse and a burden. They are ducts leading to the ovaries, which are the true curse and burden.
Yep. Somnambulism refers to the disorder of sleepwalking. Hemorrhoids is the condition where...
Hemorrhoids, Tefra?
Yes, Tefra. Hemorrhoids.
I like how 2 of these answers are focused on feet. There's a small swelling in the rectum area. And it doesn't have to be small.
Indeed. Hepatitis is the inflammation of the liver. Which disease is characterized by small red dots on skin?
Lots of things. But I guess out of this list, it's measles.
Yeah. A varicose vein is the condition where... It's not a hemorrhaging. It's not a blockage. I don't believe it is related to the valves. I'm going to say excessively and permanently dilated. Corticoid. What is it?
One word.
Corticoid.
Steroid hormone.
Very good.
That's what it sounded like, I guessed.
The duodenum. The large artery is the aorta. The intestine is the Jesus, fuck. Intestine.
The intestine is the intestine.
Yes. I don't believe the duodenum is a bone in the middle ear, so by pure process of elimination, mouth to lungs. Oh, god damn it, I should have... Fuck.
The small and the large. Duo. The small and the large. There's two of them.
In my defense, I never operated on the intestines themselves. It was always the stuff surrounding. Anyway.
What have you operated on? You're not a doctor.
Have you never seen my life and death streams? One of them was with your wife. Oh, I'm going to have to send you some links later. Oh, boy. Anyway, the process of preventing the catching of infectious disease by a prior mild injection of that disease is called what?
Immunization.
Yeah.
Back to your kids, everyone.
There's your topical. Cross-eye, or strabismus, is an abnormal condition where...
Gee, I wonder.
God, I'm so fucking paranoid. Fuck it. The nerves to the eyes are crossed. I knew it. I fucking... Yeah. Bile is formed in which organ?
The stomach.
No, the liver.
The liver? What the fuck doesn't the liver do?
Digest?
I haven't seen proof of that.
Gamma globulin. I mean, obviously it's...
Name of my garage band.
Gamma globulin. I'm trying to think. Does Globin from Bowser's Inside Story have any indication for me? What were they?
Are you sure right now?
White blood cells. Protein. In human physiology, ACTH is...
That's a very long word.
Mm-hmm. That's 8 syllables if y'all are counting.
What was the first answer?
Adrenocorticotropic hormone? Yeah, that's what it is.
They abbreviated it because no one wanted to say it.
Mm-hmm. I believe the thyroid deals with metabolism. What percentage of the blood's volume is due to cells?
I've never contemplated this before.
Never had much reason to.
So it's not separating white and red. 25%.
25?
Mm-hmm.
45.
Damn it!
Mastectomy is a medical procedure that... Breasts. That's it. It literally just breasts. Anyway, mumps. Contagious disease caused by...
So I read that as insufferable vitamin B?
I mean, if it's...
I was, for a whole second, so desperate to know what made the vitamin C so insufferable.
I mean, if it's resistant enough.
Mumps is a virus, I believe.
Yeah. The largest organ, and this tends to trip some people up, is the skin. Alzheimer's is a degenerative disease of what organ?
Brain.
Yeah. Vertigo is the condition where one has dizziness. What is the gallbladder store?
Stones. Stones and problems.
Yeah, fair.
Waste products.
Bile.
That seems just that.
The liver generates it. The gallbladder stores it.
Bile. There's bile everywhere.
Migraine, cluster, and tension are all headaches.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hodgkin's disease is characterized by which of the following?
Oh. This is what my grandma passed of. Enlargement of the lymph nodes.
Yeah. Tibia and fibula are bones in the leg, specifically the calf. Which of these is found in tears?
All of them, if you're doing it right.
Yeah, arguments to be made. But traditionally,
Salt.
like normal humanity, yes, salt. Which of these is not the name of a muscle? The scapula is the name for the shoulder blade, which is a bone.
And again, I read triceps as triceratops.
I know what you're thinking of. German measles is also known as what?
Fuck. It's either mumps or rubella, and I cannot remember which. Shit.
German measles is indeed shit.
Thank you.
Anytime.
I'm trying to remember the fucking symptoms of these things. German measles. Rubella.
Rubella.
Yes!
Insulin is produced mainly by the pancreas. Thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, and pyridoxine are what?
Hard to pronounce words.
Yes.
I'm doing a quiz, you can't tell me.
Hi, Wit.
I only recognize the word riboflavin because I remember how funny it is. The RNA nucleotides?
Vitamin B types.
How many B vitamins are there? They're insufferable.
12.
Yeah, true. The human body typically has 32 permanent teeth. The two forms of bones, compact and cancellous, are distinguished by whether they...
Dense or spongy?
Yep. The principal artery in humans is the aorta. Big one beneath the heart. Cancer can be described as...
Problem.
Physiologically speaking, mind you. Could say a lot of things.
Abnormal growth of new cells.
Yeah. Acupuncture is the medical procedure. Let's see. Needles. 2. Secretions from the adrenal cortex regulate what?
Adrenal cortex. Sure would help if I knew what an adrenal cortex was. In fairness, technically growth, metabolism, and puberty can all be wrapped up into one answer, because puberty controls both of those.
Indeed.
I'm gonna go with metabolism.
Metabolism?
Yeah.
Salt and water balance. I don't know if this will help, but think adrenaline.
That's what I was thinking.
Hypertension is high blood pressure. The sacroiliac joint is found where?
In your sack. Sack. Upper chest?
Lower back. Like, think where the ilium and the pelvis are.
Listen, I don't know what an ilium is. Stop saying words at me.
Yeah, it's the hips. It's the hips. Following is one function of the liver. Protein synthesis. In human physiology, what is the gluteus maximus?
The butt.
The butt. What part of the butt?
Muscle.
The muscles of the butt. And where is the aforementioned adrenal gland located?
The butt.
Are you suggesting I say at the end of the large intestine then?
No, I'm suggesting you say it's in the ass.
The closest of these choices to the ass would be the end of the large intestine. I'm actually going to say below the pancreas. Atop each kidney.
Like a little hat.
Which of the following participates in blood clotting?
Platelet.
Yeah, they're the important one. Acetylcholine is what? Acetylcholine. Think. I will say amino acid. Neurotransmitter. Which of
that
these?
one I knew because I recently watched a short documentary about the rabies virus.
I see. Which of these is not a gland?
The sternum.
What is the sternum?
The bone.
It is the breastbone. The big long one in the front that hooks up all the ribs.
It's the titty bone.
And also the one you break if you do CPR incorrectly on someone. Anyway, myopia is an eye defect. Syphilis. Syphilis.
It's a sexually transmitted disease.
You have the fucking gall to say this is medium. Q fever. Another name for what? Oh, boy.
I've heard of that.
I'm going to say, because this is something else I've never heard of either, rickettsia disease. Oh, luck. Hypothermia.
Well, now I have to go. Now I have to go look up that disease because I have no idea what it is. Excessively low body temperature.
Oh, yeah. Epinephrine is secreted by which gland? Epinephrine.
The gland of EpiPen?
That's what I'm thinking about, yeah. But I don't think any of these would have... There's no bearing on that particular thing. I'm going to say the adrenal gland. Yeah, closest thing I could think of was the kidneys to go after infection or toxics or anything like that. Anyway, a hiccup caused by what?
Involuntary contraction of the diaphragm.
Myasthenia gravis is a progressive weakening of... Okay, think. Gravis. Gravis.
Gravis dick.
Good for you. I will say heart purely on the basis of myocardium, muscles. Probably atrophy or something. The hardness of bone is due to what?
Calcium.
There's a reason I drink the thing that I drink.
You know, milk doesn't actually help with that. It's all a lie.
That's okay, it still tastes good. Not true of blood. Oh, Christ. Has more of what than fucking... I'm going to say...
the lie.
Yeah, the platelets I would think would have to be bigger than red blood cells to be as effective for clotting. It definitely has salt. As for the other two, what's it got more of? I'm going to say, sheerly thinking about the inverse proportion to size, I'm going to say more platelets than white blood cells is the lie. And the platelets... Oh, the platelets are not larger than red blood cells. Okay.
The red blood cells create the platelets. If I am remembering middle school biology correctly.
The coloration would make sense. Now, what's the function of the pancreas?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
Actually, yes. If you'd like a point.
It produces antibodies to fight infection.
No, it secretes enzymes into the intestines to aid digestion. Dialysis.
Nope, I was thinking of the pituitary gland.
Whoops.
The other P.
Dialysis replaces the kidneys, or serves their function, which removes waste material from blood. It's a tie.
Oh boy!
Well, now we're down to 26 modules, which again creates the possibility of a tie. Goal is still 14, but it could end 13-13.
Oh well, we'll see.
Yep. Alright, next up. This round has for us... Ooh, TV trivia. I like this.
Definitely I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
Preferences are set. Okay, here we go. Taxi's Jim is played by...
Danny DeVito.
Christopher Lloyd. Doc Brown. Evening Shade was created by... Should I go for the funny answer?
If you don't know the actual answer, then yes.
Absolutely. If you can't be right, be funny. Ida turn bottom. I will not turn bottom. Linda Bloodworth Thomason. The long
metal ass last name.
Mm-hmm. Benson was a spin-off of which sitcom?
MASH?
Soap. Famous writer associated with ER. Once again, if you can't be wrong, Dean Koontz. Michael Crichton.
It's not going well for either of us.
The Billy Crystal Comedy Hour ran for an hour. Presumably.
Oh, if you can't be right, be funny. 1 month.
Why not be both?
Damn.
Gilligan's real name. I think that was Alan Hale. Bob Denver. Bill Cosby co-starred in this adventure series before certain things happened.
It's like 20 years in the past. That's my question. I don't fucking know. Co-starred. Commodore Zero?
I Spy.
Motherfucker.
And so he did, if you think about it. Tom Hanks' character on Bosom Buddies.
I'm sorry, what?
I say Tom Hanks' character on Bosom Buddies.
Yeah, and they just let you do anything in the 90s.
Kip Wilson. Scooby-Doo's sidekick. Shaggy! Spin-off of The Cosby Show. I think revolved around the sun, Theo's world. A different world. The voice of Cartoon Bill in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures.
Keanu Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, alright, cool.
Howie Mandel supplies the voice of this cartoon kid. Ironically enough, I'm going to say Howie. Bobby.
Context. Who? The amount of Bobbies, the amount of Rogers. What is this?
This probably focuses on one show that I've never even heard of, so whatever.
Howie Mandel has a long list of voice acting, if I am not mistaking him for someone else.
Mm-hmm. The Dukes of Hazzard ran as the lead-in to this Friday night show.
Dallas.
One of my favorite shows of all time, and one that actually inspired a game that Whit and I did once. The host of America's Funniest Videos. This isn't spelled right, but at the time, I believe it was Bob Saget. Cher co-starred with this husband in the early 1970s.
Bono?
Ladies and gentlemen, Sonny and Cher. In 1985, which actress received an Emmy for her role in Cheers?
I probably know this. Coincidentally. Well, Alpha, who is it?
I can't answer that.
Oh no, they were all in it. Shit, those were all possible answers.
Which one got the Emmy?
Shelley?
No, babe, this is his question.
Oh. I thought it was yours.
No.
No. Ugh. Perlman. I'm gonna say Perlman.
Oh, he was right.
The outstanding musical variety series of 67 to 68 was...
The Andy Williams Show, because it's the only one I've ever heard of.
Laughing.
Fourth, please.
It's Laughing.
That's stupid. That's a dumb name for a dumb show.
Battlestar Galactica was a sci-fi. The cartoon Dr. Dolittle was based on the film starring...
Why is Dr. Dolittle? Because I only know the movie that starred Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, not the recent one, mind you, the original.
Gene Wilder?
Rex Harrison.
Yeah.
Eddie Fisher was the star of this early 1950s musical series. Well, bandstand was Dick Clark. I kind of like Coke Time.
Coke Time!
I mean, Christ, that was the era for it. I'm going to say Coke Time. Ha! The Dick Cavett... Oh, always. The Dick Cavett Show was produced to compete with...
Jay Leno?
Johnny Carson. John Ritter's character on Three's Company was... John Maynard is ringing a serious bell. Don't know why. Jack Tripper. Speaking of drugs.
Jack the Tripper.
From 1950 till 1954, this show competed with Ed Sullivan.
I'm sorry, does that say the Colgate Comedy Hour? As in the toothpaste?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, sure, that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Batman the cartoon was very, very 60s. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. Played by who?
Barbara?
What did you say?
Barbara.
Barbara. Jane Seymour. The star of The $6 Million Man, Lee Majors. Alice on the Brady Bunch.
I don't know. Ann Davis.
Ann B. Davis. Oh, Madeline starred who? I'm going to go out on a limb here, you know, because kind of right there. Khan.
Khan!
Did you expect me to say Madeline?
Anyway.
Yeah. Scooby-Doo and his entourage are always hunting...
Ghosts.
Oh, yeah. Another World has been on since... I remember my mom was watching it while I was growing up. Which doesn't help me because I was bored after even the latest year. It was not nearly the longest. Couldn't have been 50 and couldn't have been 64. I'm going to say 74. Oh, really? It was 64. Huh. All right. Star of Candid Camera.
Bob Saget.
That's not very good.
It's not Bob Saget. It was Alan Funt.
It's like rye. Fennel. That's what it tastes like. It tastes like rye bread. It tastes like fennel. Caraway seeds.
Coach is Christine Armstrong.
Don't have my peanut butter and jelly fall off the plant.
Amy Karen. Shelley Fabaris.
I'll eat it tomorrow.
You don't have to eat it if you don't like it.
I'll give it another try when I haven't had a bowl of ice cream.
All right, hang on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You can claim some macarons from me.
No, I bought you two specifically that I wouldn't want. I went to a little bakery that I go to very often, but this time I was shorted one of the little cakes that
Really?
I usually get.
That sucks.
And one of the flavors that I tried today, I do not care for.
Hmm.
And it's all very sad.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
Florence.
I will forgive them in time.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Florence Henderson's character name on the Brady Bunch.
Carol Brady?
Carol, the mother. The name of the dog on the Don Knotts show. Rover. Lewis.
That's a weird name for a dog.
A little bit. Dobie Gillis's beatnik friend.
Just a hippie, that's what you mean. I don't know. Milton.
Milton. Maynard.
It was between those two.
Before Jeopardy, Alex Trebek hosted Battlestars. Price is Right, Bill Cullen, Bob Barker, Hollywood Squares, Peter Marshall, John Davidson, Tom Bergeron, Wheel of Fortune, Chuck Woolery, Pat Sajak, Bob Goen, Battlestars, Alex Trebek. I know nothing about game shows. I'm not obsessed. The stars of the Berenstein Bears were...
Mama, Papa, brother, and sister.
Yep. Dolly Parton's TV show was called... I would have said duo more than trio, but anyway. I'm just going to say Dolly. The star of Cosmos.
Carl Sagan.
Yeah. The skipper on Gilligan's Island. Bob Neal. That's Alan Hale. Fuck. Give me a fucking break. The star of the Drew Carey Show.
It's easy.
I know what it says.
Okay.
Yes, Drew Carey. The best new program in 1953. Before I give the funny answer, let me think about this a second. That's long.
Number 4.
You know, that was the one I was going to say, too.
Oh, I know. And I hate it.
Only because I'm going to kick myself if I don't do this when it's right. Make room for Daddy. Yeah, I thought so. And here's an instance where I've spoken too much. The host of Wheel of Fortune.
I wish I had paid attention. Pat Sajak?
It is Pat Sajak. Even today, he's still doing it. The $1.98 beauty contest.
You have Rip Torn, you have Rip Tear.
I'm going to say Rip Taylor. He makes more sense. Yep. The top-rated show of 76 to 77.
Happy Days.
Yeah, all 4 of these are really good contenders for that year. But it is Happy Days. The Nights and Days of Molly Dodd. I don't wear these, but I'm going to say William Converse. Jay Tarses. Emergency competed with which popular show?
All in the Family? Mm.
Good old Archie Bunker. The Better Sex was what?
Well, I guess not a how-to guide.
I could take a guess, but how? If it is what I'm guessing it is, have I never heard of it? I'm going to say game show because I'm thinking Battle of the Sexes, maybe. Wow. There's a blind spot.
Well,
Okay.
I imagine you'll be rectifying that pretty soon.
You're absolutely right, I will. The nationality of Engelbert Humperdinck is what?
That means British.
British. British.
What's a name like that is anything other than British?
Here's a repeat question. Gilligan's real name, Bob Denver.
Huh.
Disney's first name.
Walt.
Don Knotts was Ralph Furley in which sitcom? Ralph Furley. I don't think there was there wasn't a Furley in Charlie's Angels. That was Bosley. Three's Company. CBS Evening News' first three anchormen were who?
Three.
Yeah, I knew Cronkite and that was it. Dixie Carter stars in this female-studded cast. It ain't Friends. It ain't Charlie's Angels. Designing Women. The co-star of the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Mary Tyler Moore. She also has three names?
Yeah.
Synergy.
The Scarecrow on Scarecrow and Mrs. King. Michael Landon. Bruce Boxleitner. Most popular TV show of 1948.
They didn't have TV back then.
It wasn't in color, but...
The Pantomime Quiz Time?
Yep. And ironically enough, that one I did know. Hardcastle and McCormick, created by Kevin O'Neill. Stephen Cannell. The Lone Ranger's sidekick.
He's the Lone Ranger. He doesn't have a sidekick. Tonto.
Tonto. The longest running sitcom at this time? Dick Van Dyke. Ozzie and Harriet. And that was damaging. 11-9.
Pulled every single answer out of my ass. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, your ass is golden.
I give that a silver medal at best.
Okay, round 3 for tonight. And for those who weren't here for this, we're going to be moving on to the new Pokemon Snap in about 2 weeks. After we finish with this little trivia set. It's another potpourri. Do we want to mutually toss this shit?
Yeah, because we need it to be odd again anyway.
All right, then we're gonna do that. It is now a best 13 out of 25. You only need 2 now. The true round 3. And then we'll decide if we want to stop it here for the night or go one more and make it only 3 next time. We'll see how this goes. We have here... Jesus God Almighty. What do you want to do? It goes even again if we mutual this one.
This is heartbreaking. Let's just do it.
Just do it? Alright.
Do medium instead of long.
You want a medium instead of a long?
Yeah, at least let's spare ourselves.
Okay. 2, medium. Alright. Do you still want to do all 3, or do you want to cut something out?
No, give me all 3.
Alright.
At this point, if I'm gonna win, I want it to be,
yeah,
genuine.
I hear ya. All 3 for me too, and off we go. Another name for vitamin B2.
Riboflavin.
Yep. What does vitamin B12 do for your body? Well, it's really a question of 2, isn't it then? 2 or 4? I'm gonna say 2. Yeah.
No, do jack shit.
Which of these is the best source of niacin?
Asking me about B12. Stop asking me about these vitamins. Stop it. Stop it.
Source of niacin.
No. What is baked soul?
It's fish. Soul is fish.
Bread. It's the bread.
It's the bread? No, it's the breasts. It's always the breasts. Best source of vitamin B1?
Stop asking me about B vitamins!
We should have gone long.
Leave me alone!
God damn it. Nectarines. Dry hole sunflower seeds. What is the deadline to set up a Keogh plan? Oh, good. This is not vitamin related.
What is a Keogh? What is that? What?
Please give me back the vitamins.
Jesus Christ. April 1st, this feels like a joke.
Not December 31st.
That was my next guess, but I had to go with the joke.
According to the American Heart Association, if you're 35 years old, what should your target heart rate in beats per minute be? Probably 75 to 113, or even lower if you can get it. 93 to 138.
Higher, bitch!
What is...
No! How dare you!
Purpose of group 3.
To raise my blood pressure!
Oh, God.
Okay. Oh! The thyroid, I don't know.
Okay. No. It doesn't do
It
anything.
doesn't do shit.
It doesn't do anything.
It just sits there like a bomb.
Leafy greens.
No! Die!
The answer is vitamin B. What do you want from me?
B vitamins!
Which of the following is a good method of muscle training?
Or all of the above.
Certainly, different disciplines, different muscles. If you're a typical 150-pounder, which I myself am not, how many calories do you burn during 20 minutes of sleeping? Probably not fucking many. I'm going to say 24. According to FDA standards, what properties must a food have to claim it as low fat?
%lower fat than the food to which it is being compared. Joke's on you, there are no specific guidelines.
That's what you're saying?
Yes.
No, 25% is right. At what age can you withdraw a lump sum from your 401k without a tax penalty? I want to say...
Never.
I mean, if we're talking realistically, yes. I believe the written guideline is 59 and a half. Yeah. To reduce fat, what can you use to replace butter in a recipe?
Go to hell. You can just go to hell.
Yeah,
That's what you can do.
Yeah.
It's not carrot juice.
Kakarot. Kakarot!
I know applesauce can sometimes replace mayonnaise.
Oh, God, that's gross.
But I don't... It's used a lot in vegan recipes. My brother was a vegan for a few years. There was a lot of applesauce in the baked goods.
Forgive me for not finding the idea of mixing my tuna in applesauce appetizing.
Well, you wouldn't be eating tuna if you were vegan.
Fortunately, I'm not, so...
Yeah. I think it's just yogurt.
Just yogurt?
I think so.
Apparently applesauce can do it, too.
People eat fucking anything if they think they'll lose weight.
Uh-huh. That's how the whole fucking superfood craze came up. Another name for vitamin C. Ascorbic acid.
Acid.
Acid. Swimming 1 mile in a river is equivalent to swimming approximately how many laps in the pool?
Hey, but is it swimming upstream or downstream? You didn't specify.
Still water, I guess.
I'm gonna go... How many laps in the pool? 15? No. Is it an Olympic pool? They're not... I need more information. I'll go with 15?
88.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to change it to, but, I don't know. They're not very clear!
I'll grant you an extra point for that one because of just that distinction. At what age did you begin receiving Social Security benefits? Fucking never the way they're... Fucking never the way they steal from it. But anyway, 65. Which of the following is aerobic activity?
All of the above.
Absolutely. Definition of a calorie.
Okay, I feel very targeted by these questions now, and I don't care for it.
Calories have to do with heat. That's all I'm going to say, too. Best source of vitamin A. It's not vitamin B. It's vitamin A.
They're really trying me. That's what they're doing. Cheddar.
Look at all that cheddar. Look at all those melons.
There's nothing in watermelon but water.
I mean, I enjoy a good melon.
I mean, you and me both, but still.
Which of the following is a legitimate tax deduction? I don't think any of these. But then again, the rules are fucking non-existent, aren't they? They just make this shit up as they go along, and we all fucking know it. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll get off
depends on who you're asking.
I'll get off my soapbox and just say none of the above. Oh,
shit!
Oh, sure,
shit.
sure. Let's encourage the gambling addiction even more. Jesus.
As someone who grew up in what is technically the suburbs of Atlantic City, and whose family mostly worked at the casinos, that is some bull fucking shit that is just there to feed the casino businesses.
Yep. What does RICE
Go to
stand
hell.
for? Absolutely.
Oh, I know this one.
Mm-hmm.
It is rest, ice, compression, elevation.
Now, what is RICE in reference to with that?
When you have a boo-boo.
Absolutely. Which of the following can be used to reduce stress?
That is an opinion and not a fact.
Most certainly.
These are opinions.
I
can guarantee you all of those can be very stressful activities.
Okay. Mechanically speaking, can be used? All of the above. But here's the thing. I am not a creature of the water. I would find all three of these things very, very stressful. But to get this point, I'm going to play ball and say all of the above.
That is an opinion piece.
Absolutely is. How can, arguably so is this, how can most people increase their take-home pay from work?
By getting paid under the table? Like, duh.
Sell yourself online. I mean, it's more money.
Yeah, no, it's number one by changing the number of allowances.
Yeah. What is the RDA for vitamin A?
Die.
2,500. 5,000. Whatever is coming has a power level of 5,000. Which of these is a legitimate tax deduction?
Charitable expenses for volunteer work.
I don't buy that, but whatever.
No, that actually is true. Because even... Because, it does take time and energy, so, like, especially if you travel, or if you have to, put any of your money into whatever you're helping with the volunteer work, you can recuperate those losses. Also, if you do donate anything sizable to like Goodwill or anything like large quantities of clothes or something, they can print you out a receipt for an estimate of what you've given, and you can submit that with your taxes and get money back.
That sounds easily fabricable. But yeah, I'm of the mindset that even if there is a guideline that says it's a tax deduction, they'll find a way to fucking cheat you. Anyway, enough of my soapbox. The RDA for your favorite, vitamin B1. I'll say... I'm going to go for the ridiculous, 125 milligrams. 1.5.
Too many.
If you're a runner, to protect your feet, how often should you purchase new running shoes?
Between every 250 and 450 miles. Like tires.
Yep, between. A good source of vitamin E.
These nuts!
You thinking I should say D's nuts?
I have no idea.
I'm going to say D's nuts and everything else too. Osteoporosis is a disease of...
Osteoporosis. Bones.
Which of these is a legitimate tax deduction? Again, putting the soapbox aside, these are all in some way, shape, or form medically related. Does that mean you'd need a guide dog for blindness or certain other debilitating things? I will say all of the above. Which of the following is the lowest...
To be clear,
Mm-hmm.
To be clear, the issues with the taxes isn't necessarily taxes themselves or even the IRS.
Mm-hmm.
The IRS is criminally underfunded.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that they pick on the little guy is because they literally cannot go after all of the rich people evading their taxes because the rich people fight back with lawyers, and that is a very expensive fight, which would end up costing the IRS more than they would get back in taxes from these people who would take them to court. So they literally just don't bother. It's not financially worth it. And so when you're a smaller person who is avoiding your taxes, you can't afford a long and drawn out court battle, so the IRS goes after you because they know they can get the money out of you.
That's exactly the big problem, isn't it? A way to take down the rich.
And they don't necessarily want it to be that way. They want the money from the rich people. That's where all the money is.
But the problem is...
the government doesn't fund them in a way that they can go after the rich people.
That's because the government wants the rich people protected, so of course they're not going to fund the IRS for it.
Exactly. So the IRS isn't necessarily the bad guy. They are...
No, that's government, always.
Product of the system.
Oh no, government is always the bad guy, period. Anyway, which of the following is the lowest in polyunsaturated fat at 1 tablespoon apiece? Or I guess worded better, a tablespoon of which is the lowest in polyunsaturated fat?
Peanut oil.
Olive oil. I guess Popeye didn't want her thick. If you're a typical 150-pounder, how many calories do you burn during 20 minutes of bicycling at 15 miles an hour? I will say 140. How many calories are in a fat gram?
I don't like these potpourri questions.
Hey, they've given me some entertainment with the vitamin B shit.
I don't know, 9?
Yep. Bananas are a good source of oral.
Dick jokes.
Yeah. Potassium. That was my go-to for leg cramps when I was playing tennis. Which of these is a type of fish?
All of them.
They all are, yes.
Those are all fishies.
At what age do you typically qualify for senior discounts from movie theaters? I dare say that is also 65. 60.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
It's definitely 65 nowadays.
Yep. How many calories to a pound?
What?
300? 500. 3,500.
Stupid.
What does vitamin D do for the body? Well, gee. All of the above. Ha 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 ha. What does vitamin B1 do for your body?
All of the above? I don't fucking know.
Oh, bullshit. Where's my temper tantrum? Come on.
I'm too dead inside.
I feel cheated. What the hell? According to the U.S. government, if you are a small-framed woman standing 5'5" in shoes, how much should you weigh? That's exactly the problem, isn't it? Government regulating women's bodies. That's bullshit to begin with. But that's another topical soapbox for another topical day. I'm gonna say all of the above. Okay. That's... I'm going to say 122 because I don't fucking know this. Huh? Huh? I don't even know where to start with that.
Get dunked on.
Well, that one's mine. 11-10 in Kuro's favor. All right, so we sit 10-11. Here's what could happen on the next one. If you win it, you're up to 12, and I would have to run a 3-piece gauntlet to win it. Or I win it, it goes 11-11, and it becomes best 2 out of 3. Or it's a draw, and our lives become very needlessly complicated.
We did that potpourri for nothing.
Not necessarily. Well, yeah,
no, definitely.
In the case of a tie on the next one, yes. Now the question is, do we want to resolve that right now while we still have 12 or 11 minutes on the clock, or do we want to let it sit 11-10, wrap this thing up from here next week?
Yeah, let's do the big finale next week, and then the week after that we'll start Pokemon.
Awesome. All right, so to recap where we are now, next week will be the last week that we do this. There are 4 modules left. The score is 11-10 in Kuro's favor. As it sits right now, the first to 13 will win this thing outright. And after we sign off here, I'm curious about what Potpourri 2 would have been. So after we sign out, I'll just do that. But for right now, folks, tune in tomorrow night for a little horsey game on Wit's channel. The title of which...
I'm so excited. Actually, when we sign off, I'm going to go start helping her set up the Elgato on her computer.
Awesome. That'll be Herd Care Simulator for the Switch. And I have some planning to do for after that. Depending on how that goes, we'll see how much time until then. And coming in the near future, for those of you who remember Silver Recluse, one of our streaming buddies here, we may be doing a stream on Sundays, Mondays, or Tuesdays to do a little Carmen Sandiego like for DOS. More on that when we know more, but that might be coming sometime this month. And that's all the talking I'm going to do. I'm Alpha.
Fuck B12s.
Fuck B everything and fuck all of you. Good night.
Good night.